Yo, what's up YouTube? Dirty Dan Gaming coming back with another Rise of Kingdoms video, and today we have leaks for the new Archer commanders that are apparently coming into Rise of Kingdoms. One of them does look to be somewhat confirmed as per Chisgul and also as Bodian's pictures that they sent from the Los Angeles meetup. Now there's another commander that does not look so familiar, but without further ado, let's just jump in and check these guys out. All right, y'all. So big shout out to my man Ray, and then I think Asbodian too. There's a bunch of leaks that are flying around, but mainly, of course, always got to shout out my man Ray. He is my drill sergeant. He gives me all the info I need to hop on and make a video. So I got this screenshot earlier in the morning on Discord, and apparently this came from the official Korean ROK servers. This is from Ray saying that it appears that the leak was posted on ROK Korean's website and has since been removed, so it appears to be credible. So we have some kind of credibility on this. This is probably one of the maybe only ones. I think I may have done another one that doesn't have the 1093 stamp of approval, so I wouldn't call this like an official leak. This is just kind of a leak, so take this for what it's worth, guys. So first, as we get a look at these commanders, we have Zhu Liang, I think is how you pronounce his name. And then we also have Queen Dido. How do I know this? I don't know Korean. But the Zhu Liang was kind of teased and kind of confirmed by Lilith themselves at the ROK meetup. So Zhu Liang, who you can see on the right, he was a Chinese statesman and military strategist. While as Queen Dido, who you'll see on the left, also known as Elisa, was a legendary founder and first queen of the Phoenician city-state of Carthage. So both of these commanders look to be like the new archers coming into Rise of Kingdoms. When? I don't know. They did say, I think according to the LA meetup notes that as Bodian posted, they are going to be coming out, I think in the second half of the year, which honestly, just give it to us now. Because if you're going to fulfill the meta of the commanders right now, and then you're going to give us, and then you're going to change it up in January, just give us the archers now, please. You gave us Heraclius, give the archers what they need, give them their garrison because they don't have one right now. And then when we get into the new year, because you said you were going to slow down the commander releases for us, then you can give us the new calves and start releasing the new metas and all that stuff. But get all the troop types caught up, because right now you're just kind of playing with our emotions. So we'll go in, we'll jump into what these leaks are looking like in terms of their skills right now. All right, so these are going to look to be the skills of Mr. Zhuge Liang. First skill, troops led, deals fixed damage for damage factor. There's no damage factors on these. We don't know what these damage factors are going to look like, but this gives us an idea of what the skills are going to be doing. Of a direct damage factor, once to up to 5 enemy units in a circle, and each enemy unit takes 15% less damage. Very common with what we see all AoEs. Also reduces all damage dealt to units hit by X% for the next n seconds. Reduces all damage dealt. That's weird. I don't know if I'm reading that right or whatnot, but I don't know why you would want to reduce all damage to the enemy that you're hitting. Maybe they mean that reduces the damage that they're dealing is debuffed, kind of like Richard. Who knows? That was New Night Fire. Next, we have the first car battle. Increases the life of the archer unit you lead by X% and increases archer damage by X%. When a unit in command receives a control effect outdoors or outside of your city, interesting, or while on the map, maybe he's a versatility commander, interesting. It has an N% chance to become immune to that control effect. Each time you become immune to a control effect, you deal fixed damage once to that unit that casts the effect. This effect can trigger once every n seconds. So increases life. So I'm assuming that you're going to be getting a health bonus with Mr. Zhuge Liang, and then you're going to get maybe a 5% damage buff, and then you're going to deal direct damage whenever you receive a control effect. So if you get silenced or if you get disarmed, I don't know. I think the other control effects, I think they would consider maybe like an exhaust and all that stuff, but I don't think they mean with like attack and defense reduction on that. We'll have to look at Theodora's thingy if I do. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Next skill, I cannot read that. That print is so super tiny. But if troops led by all archers are archers, skill damage dealt is increased by X%, and each basic attack has a chance of 10% to increase the attack power of archer units led by 10% for the next 10 seconds. This effect can trigger once every 10 seconds. So here we're going to be getting a skill damage bonus, which kind of tells us that we are still in a skill damage meta. They're not planning on bringing in normal attack damage into the fray just yet. So it seems like we are still sticking with the skill damage portion of what we're doing right now in the meta of Rise of Kingdoms. And then each basic attack has a percentage to increase the attack of archer units. That's kind of similar to what YSG does. So that should be interesting to see. Again, you guys know, for anyone following the channel, you guys know how I feel about attack percentages. I can't scroll up anymore because then it's going to look a little bit funky. So I apologize how I'm doing this, but bear with me. Next skill is called After Chungmu. I can actually read that one a little bit. When casting an active skill, if the unit in command does not have no aftermath effect, immediately acquires afternoon effect, which increases all damage by a certain percentage over a period of time. If the troops led by all archers and have the night after effect when using an active skill, the after war effect is consumed to deal fixed damage once up to 3 enemy units within a circular range. This damage does not increase with the increased skill damage buff effect. There's a lot of really weird wording that's going on right there. I honestly can't make 2 cents of this. Let's try and read it again. Unit in command does not have no aftermath effect. It immediately acquires an afternoon effect. If the troops by all archers have the night after effect, that's 3 different effects that they're talking about. When using an skill, the after war effect is consumed. So this sounds a little bit like Chandra's with the stacks in a sense, because this second part is leading me to believe that if troops led by all archers have the night after effect, when using an active skill, the after war effect is consumed to deal fixed damage. So that's very similar to what Chandra does, is he builds up stacks on his kit and then he clears them for a chance to hit for a pretty big nuke. But again, there's a lot of different effects that are going on there. I don't know if those are translation issues or not. But this sounds like more or less like a burst damage type deal. One thing I've noticed so far though is that nothing has been specific to Garrison or rallies. So I'm kind of leaning to believe that this guy is going to be an open field versatility type commander that will probably work with Dido if she is to be the Garrison commander for the new archers. Most likely she's going to be that. I haven't looked at her skills yet. So moving on, launch ticket. This looks like the expertise. Most likely when entering battle, the command unit immediately gains no aftermath effect, increasing all damage that lasts for a period of time. Instantly gain rage each time you deal skill damage with Shinya's fire and Chung Mu. So Chung Mu, and then I guess Shinya's fire might be New Night Fire. That's the night after. There's so many weird wordage going on here, guys. Leave a comment down below if you're following a little bit better than I am, because I can't make 2 cents of some of these things. But for this expertise is what it seems like. You're going to gain no aftermath effect, which is going to increase your damage, and that'll last for over a period of time. And then you're going to gain some rage whenever you deal skill damage, which is pretty good. So although he might not be like Chandra then, whereas you don't want to be firing off, like Chandra doesn't want to fire off skills quickly, right? If you want to amass the big nuke that he has, this guy now is telling me that you want to fire off skills quickly. So I'm really not sure what to make of this kit so far. We're gonna, some things that we know: AoE commander, it's probably gonna have a pretty big damage factor. He's giving us some health. He's going to be increasing attack due to the third skill. You are going to be getting a chance to cleanse any control effects that you get put onto you. He's going to have a little bit of additional burst damage with some additional damage points coming here and there from certain skills, like the second skill, First Car Battle, with the increases archer damage, and then Launch Ticket, which is going to, looks like, increase your damage overall for a certain period of time. So interesting enough to see. There's only one tanky stat in this, which is interesting. So it's just health. So we got to see what Dido is going to bring to the table. But I mean, when you're getting a 5 circular AoE commander, it's pretty good. And if his damage factor is, you know, high, like we've been seeing, maybe this is the replacement for YSG, because again, he's doing something similar to YSG, where actually he's doing a few things similar to YSG. He's giving you the 5 AoE, circular AoE. He's giving you the chance to increase your archer attack, which YSG does. He gives you a chance to get rage, which is what Jiang Legu, wait, how do you which is what this guy gives you, and his expertise. And then he's also giving you some health, and he's giving you an opportunity to cleanse of any debuffs. So might be an upgraded version of YSG coming to Rise of Kingdom soon. All right, so next we're going to check out Queen Dido. So the queen of a Carthage city. So let's see what she got. All right, so Dido skills, here we go. Soul of Carthage. This is again kind of, if anyone was saying, oh, it's not Dido, it's probably Dido, because there's Carthage right there. Inflicts fixed damage to the target unit once. If the target unit is a rally unit, reduces skill damage of up to 5 enemy units in a circular area by a percentage over time. That is interesting. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that before. So it's just a singular target damage factor. There's no AoE to it. If the target that she's hitting is a rally, which is leading me to believe that she's going to be a garrison commander, it'll reduce the skill damage of up to 5 enemy units around her. So as long as she's hitting a rally, she's going to debuff the area around her for skill damage debuff, which is pretty dope. That's anti-swarm right there. That's a nice different version of anti-swarm, which we have not seen yet in Rise of Kingdoms. That's pretty cool. I like that. Second skill, Queen of Tears. Move this up for y'all. Increase the armor of Solhan archers. Maybe it's not Dido. I don't know, man. Someone who knows Korean, tell me down below. I used Google Lens for that, and it told me that it was Dido. So I got the Zhuge Liang one, right? So I'm assuming, whatever. Increase the armor of Solhan archers by a certain amount of percentage, and increases damage of archers against infantry by a certain percentage. If all troops led by archers are archers, damage taken from normal attacks is reduced by a percentage. So pretty good. That's all tanky bits right there, and then a little bit of damage. So the armor, I'm going to assume, is defense. So you're getting some defense there. With Zhuge Liang, you're getting health. So maybe these two are going to go together. Increases the damage of the archer units against infantry, which is normal. We've seen that time and time again. And then if all troops led by archer units, it reduces normal attack damage, is what that one is telling me. Let's move on. I don't want this to get too long, but we are trying to kind of dissect some broken translations here. Third skill, increase the attack power of an archer unit led by a certain percentage when stationed in a base or owned city, garrison. The command base or owned city, garrison. The command unit's normal attack has a percentage to prevent the target unit from enjoying the buff while under pincer attack for the next 10 seconds, and this effect activates up to 1 time every n seconds. So it prevents the target unit from enjoying the buff effect while under pincer attack, probably while being swarmed, I would assume, right? So if you're surrounded, okay, so we're kind of dissecting this a little bit. So if you're stationed in a garrison, the command unit normal attack, your normal attack damage, has a chance to prevent the target from getting a buff from being surrounded. I don't know. Leave it in the comments, guys. They're leaks. These aren't confirmed. I'm not gonna go crazy over it. Here we go. Garrison. Versus trick. When garrisoned in a base or owned city, the health of the archer unit led by him increases by a certain percentage. When receiving skill damage, the damage is reduced. Okay, so more health here. So we're getting our second skill, which is going to, oh no, the second skill that gives us tankiness is defense. So she's actually giving you defense and health, which is pretty nice. And she's going to be reducing the amount of skill damage that you're going to take on from this fourth skill. So pretty good there too. Last skill, which is probably the expertise, Queen's Curse. Increase the attack power of an archer unit led by a percentage. When garrisoning in a base or owned city, there's a percentage chance that the commanding unit's normal attack will reduce the target unit's defense by a certain percentage. The target unit will not be able to enjoy the buff while under the pincer attack. So she's going to debuff the defense, and the target unit cannot. Maybe that's saying like the target unit cannot obtain buffs while swarming or something like that. So, just kind of like summarizing this a little bit in a few choice words. I think we can easily see that she's going to be an anti-swarm, which I think archers desperately need. I don't think that they've ever really had a really strong anti-swarm presence when it comes to garrison. They have the option for rally leads now, so she's giving you some really nice stuff here when it comes to health and defense stats. She's giving you two health bumps, I believe. No, she's giving you a health and a defense bump. She's going to be reducing damage. She's going to be reducing the effectiveness of swarms on structures, whether that's reducing the skill damage from her primary skill, or if that's, causing them to not obtain buffs under this pincer attack, which is what I'm assuming is what it is. It's from swarming. So all in all, I think that Dido is looking pretty solid. If these leaks hold up, I think that Dido and Zhuge Liang can definitely have a place in Rise of Kingdoms. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, shout out to my man King Ray from Kingdom 2576, and also shout out to Asbodian and I think the Discord server, and Dom. Dom, shout out to you. I believe he was kind of breaking that down in that new server as well. If I missed credits to anyone, I do apologize, and credits to the Korean Rise of Kingdoms website for leaking this and then taking it down. So just that right there is telling us that these guys might be legit. You heard it here first. Always come to the Dirty Dan gaming channel for the leaks on the newest things to come for Rise of Kingdoms. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'm out. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.